I'd like to make a motion to take a vote to remove Ms. Loera from the meeting for continuously disrupting the meeting. And during our discussion, I will be allotting 5 minutes per person should they be interested in having a discussion. I was notified I could have gave only 2 minutes, but once again, I'm trying to give ample time and be gracious leader. And if our teammate wants 5 minutes, then that's fine. So we're going to give everybody 5 minutes. So that's the motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion? Since no discussion, we're going to go ahead and take a vote.
Just one moment. I was looking for something up. I do have. Our board bylaws and Brown Acts does state that board bylaws 9323, meeting conduct. Under public participation, number 3, it says without taking actions, board members may briefly respond to statements made or questions posed by the public about items not appearing on the agenda. So that is my right as a Brown Act and board bylaw. I was asking for clarification on this board bylaw, and you did not let me speak. I was not causing a disturbance. I was doing a point of order and asking for clarification. Asking for clarification, point of order is not causing disturbance when you could have just asked for a clarification for the point of order. Because every time I say something, you want to shut me down. I was asking for a point of order, and since there was a point of order, that should have been discussed right there and then. So there were lies said about me, and so for you decide that I am causing a disturbance because doing a point of order based on the board bylaws that we have and Brown Acts, that gives me that right. And you unilaterally decide not to give you the rights of what our board bylaws says. You were also told that his statement should have been directed at me. You should have stopped him from speaking directly at me. But since you allowed that, I wanted to respond to his lies. And I could make a statement made or questions posed by the public about items not appearing on the agenda. So you are illegally kicking me out because I did not cause a disturbance. I was not yelling. I was not screaming. I was asking for clarification. So if this board wants to illegally remove me from this board, from this meeting, you need to be aware of all the legal ramifications of kicking me out when I did not cause a disturbance, when I was only asking for clarification on this board bylaw, this point of order. If I am removed, I will be suing the district. There will be legal ramifications. So if this board decides, that is up to the board.
Okay, I will not be using the 5 minutes. Thank you. I think that when we are elected into office, we are held to a higher standard. And unfortunately, we have failed you as a board. And for that, I must apologize. I think that personal issues should be left at the door. We are here to serve the public. There's too many things that we need to address. I know that I spent hours doing some research, reading, because I wanted to properly represent you. And I feel that that has been taken away from me, and therefore that has been taken away from you because it has not allowed me to represent you properly. So needless to say, I'm very disappointed in the continuous behavior. This needs to stop. It's not about anyone here in particular. It's about serving the public. What I am asking is that we as a board continue to get some training classes on how to get along, because we are the example to our children. If they see us not being able to behave, then they're going to think they have the ability to not behave. So what I am asking each one of you is to commit that we will be better every single meeting. This kind of incidents should not happen. I think if there's a need for clarification, we can pause, go back there, speak with the attorney, get clarification, and come back out. We should not take us an hour to get clarification. I also think that we have to get training again in the Brown Act, Robert's Rules of Orders. And I took the training a couple of weeks ago, and I learned a lot. And one of the things that was said to us in that training was that we cannot respond to public comments. We become sponges. We just have to take it. And then during our board member comments, we are to respond if we wish to. But I think that why should we respond to something if we know it's not true? At least I would come back, do some research, and come back with facts, but not react to people's comments. I take this job very seriously. I work harder at this job than my own job because it means a lot to me. It means that, for me, it means that I can actually make a difference in the children's life by bringing programs, better programs, ensuring that we are responsible with the budget. I am not here to please everybody here. I'm here to properly represent you. Thank you.
The only thing that I'll say is that first and foremost, I care about public education and doing what needs to be done for our kids, our parents, our families in our community. I also do care about compliance with the law. And that's something that's very important. I also care about limiting legal liability exposure to the school district. And I cannot disagree with Ms. Quinones's statement about a clarification. It's just a clarification with respect to that. We always need training, right, in terms of Brown Act, but I think that the most important training is actually going through our bylaws, right? Because the bylaws, as you see, it actually incorporates different areas of law. I've been told many times, don't take sides, right? But of course I'm gonna take a side, and my side is I'm gonna take the side of our kids in public education. So we need to do that and understand that that's why we're here, and this is what we're here to do. Thank you very much. I yield, Madam President.
Everybody, it's really unfortunate that we're sitting here talking about this. But if you have studied our district in the past 4 years, the protocols that I implemented today were the exact protocols that were applied to me for the past 4 years. All I'm doing is modeling the same protocols. And since I became the president, Ms. Loera keeps interrupting me, talking over me, is demeaning. She doesn't wait to be called. She cuts me off. And for the first few meetings, I did not press accountability because I'm trying to give my teammate a chance to, I'm not here to waste time, right? But in our last meetings, we see this behavior continue. And so we had to, it's called board governance. And we have these parameters to maintain civility. And these are just rules of board governance that I am repeating that were used on me, that were role modeled by all these people here to me. So I'm not targeting, I'm not singling out. I've actually been very gracious in quoting Mr. Kwok, very gracious in how I handle these things. So we're just following the rules. It's as simple as that. And I'm concerned that, it is a misdemeanor to intentionally disrupt a meeting. And she has continued to intentionally disrupt our meeting. She had a whole protest of children here trying to disrupt our meeting in an item that wasn't even on the agenda. And so if a person is not held accountable for that, which is a misdemeanor, then it will continue to happen. And that's why we're here today. And I could bet that we'll be here next time, because just like when I told you last time we had to throw her out and we took the vote and she stayed, her character is the same. We're in the same boat. again. And it's not a vendetta. I don't have time to think about people that don't like me. I don't have mental capacity for that. I'm doing too many beautiful things. So I'm going above and beyond to try to be diplomatic. We have never been able to respond to board people's comments. This is standard. Maybe the president, that's all I ever saw, give a little rebuttal. And so I'm just following the same rules that were applied consistently. And by favoring her and having the rules be inconsistent towards her, that's just reinforcing the harassment that I've experienced because you continue to treat me different. The rules did not apply the same. So anyways, I also want our meetings to run smoothly. And so unlike the previous board president that allowed these things to happen and brought chaos to our meetings, I actually took initiative, just like our teachers union applauded me for bringing it on, a training on restorative justice so we can work as a team. I never saw that in 4 years. Okay, so I'm taking all the steps to try to move our district forward, and there's people that are just insistent on bringing chaos to our community. And so hopefully you'll stop, and let's just take a vote.
Mr. De La Torre,
Yes.
Ms. Loera,
No.
Ms. Quinones,
Yes?
Mr. Quoc,
Nay.
Ms. Serrano,
Yes, motion passes 3-2.
I call for a continuance.
I second.
Discussion?